we'll get into a squid game.
What? Squid game? But it's too dangerous there.
I hope we can win and take all the money.
In general, the main goal for us now is to survive.
But I certainly wouldn't refuse such a large sum of money.
Wait, is this the same game where you have to knock down another rock? Or am I missing something?
In general, it looks more like some kind of golf in which they don't use clubs.
But now we know for sure that I went further.
Actually, no, Susie just pushed your ball out of the hole.
You cheated. I did not.
Actually, this can't be considered cheating because she just threw the ball into that hole.
But I also fell into this hole. Should I really lose?
Actually, yes. Your ball is not in the hole, which means you lose.
Now it's time for the next players. And now we'll find out if they can pass this test.
He lost too. Okay, now all we have to do is hope that George gets into that hole.
I doubt it very much, because I remember that he has problems with throws.
Oh no, his ball missed the hole too. What will he do next?
Looks like 2 players are going to be eliminated at once. But wait, George has some kind of plan.
Wait, did he really push that ball away with his fart? He must have eaten a lot of beans.
This is the first time I've seen farts helping someone survive. It's weird.
Maybe I should have used this life hack too. But unfortunately, I didn't eat beans.
Well, the next pair of players are getting ready to throw. Who do you think will win?
I don't really want to bet on anyone because they are both my friends.
Okay, it looks like not everyone will be able to complete this game today. Apparently, someone has had very little practice.
Don't jump to conclusions. He might accidentally hit her ball, and that way she'll win.
They both missed the hole, but just look at what he's doing now, and it looks like he helped her win.
Wait, is this real? Okay, apparently he was expecting a completely different result.
How long is he going to keep blowing on this ball? He's not going to succeed.
Okay, buddy. It's time to give up and hand over the opportunity to win to other players.
Well, now it's time for the very last pair of players. Who will win?
To be honest, the answer is not obvious at all, because anything can happen here.
Wait, what is she doing? Is she going to spit that ball out of her mouth?
And she did it perfectly. She was able to spit that ball right into the hole.
Now it will be much more difficult for her opponent because she will have to make the same wonderful throw.
She probably didn't aim at all, but just look. Her ball hit the hole and displaced the second ball.
Did you just try to figure out a rap? Otherwise, how can you explain that you got everything to rhyme?
Now we know the winners of this game, and unfortunately, I am not among them.
But George is among them. This means that our family has partially won these games.
But now it's time for the next game, and I think I already know what kind of game it will be.
The wall of this room reminds me of the game Red Light, Green Light.
You're right. I also think that this is the game that awaits us now.
This game is pretty easy. I don't think I can lose here.
It doesn't always depend on you in this game because other players can betray you.
I don't think any of the other players will want to betray Peppa because all her friends are gathered here.
The main thing in this game is not to panic and just run forward.
We only have 5 minutes to complete it. That's a catastrophically small amount of time.
It's not that far. I think you'll cover it in 5 minutes.
The main thing is that no one pushes me. Otherwise, I will be very offended.
Oh no! Looks like we know which player will be the first to be eliminated today.
This is all because she was in a great hurry and ran forward.
Wait, is she really going to be expelled now? This guy pushed the button.
She literally incinerated. Okay, now you have to be much more careful in this game.
Now there are only 7 players left. Well, my chances of winning have increased.
I hope you don't start plotting against other players in order to get ahead.
Wait, what's happening to me? I look like I have stomach cramps.
Peppa, now is not the time to poop. Try to hold back.
Most likely the food they serve here was spoiled and I farted very loudly.
Oh no! You've set up another player and now she'll be excluded too!
That was a very ugly thing to do on your part. I hope you didn't do it on purpose.
I didn't want to set her up at all because she's my friend. It happened by accident.
I hope you won't do this again now, and now you will continue to be as careful as possible.
Oh no! Am I going to cry? This is not the time for that.
This doll is about to turn around. You need to stop crying immediately or you will lose.
You accidentally set up your friend again, and now because you pushed him, he will die too.
It seems like you are the most clumsy player here. I would try to stay as far away from you as possible.
It was an accident again. Okay, now I will try very hard not to let anyone down again.
I really hope so, because several players have already been kicked out of here because of you.
I'm incredibly ashamed of this, but I'm sure that this time I won't behave like that.
Wait, what are you going to do? Oh no, you kicked that thing right at his feet.
Did I do it again? I didn't do it on purpose at all.
Well, If you look at it from the game's point of view, you're doing everything right because you're eliminating your opponents.
Now you have only 2 rivals left. Or rather, 1. George cannot be considered a rival.
George is doing pretty well. He's ahead. Maybe he'll win.
Wait, what's a beehive doing in this location? There are no real trees here.
Why did I decide to touch it? Oh no, I'm going to set someone up again.
Okay, let's see who these bees will get mad at and who they will ultimately eliminate next.
Okay, it looks like George and I are the only ones left in this game, and now we have to play this game together.
You wouldn't try to frame him, would you? He's your brother.
I think George has enough skill to run to the end without anyone's help.
I hope that now no accident will happen, because of which I will set him up again.
You have very little time left. You must run as fast as possible to this red line.
We are so close. We should definitely run to her and go to the final together.
Only 1 second left. Hurry up!
We're almost there. Look, we've almost finished this game.
Wait, did you really miss the jump? Looks like you lost now.
Oh no! It's extremely frustrating to play through such a large part of this game and lose at the very end.
But the other players are probably happy that she got what she deserved for everything she did.
But George is the happiest of all here because he is the only one who completed the game to the end and will take all the money.
He didn't even make any effort to pass this test because he just ran straight and stopped when necessary.
Well, now we move on to the last game for today, and this is the glass bridge game.
By the way, I think that this game is extremely unfair because it is completely random.
You're right. But here, psychological pressure on other players has a very strong influence.
Yes. Here you need to force other players to go forward in order to find out which platform is more solid.
And the first player was eliminated very quickly. I'm surprised how quickly it happened.
Look, it turns out there's a different principle of operation here. This screen selects the player who should go next.
Technically, this is the same random that is made by the creators of the game themselves and not by the players.
Okay, I really hope that you and George will be able to pass this test.
By the way, 2 players have already been eliminated. Only 5 remain.
I hope that your faces will be shown last on this screen. Otherwise, you will have to run forward.
I feel nervous every time I look at this screen because I don't want to see my face there.
Wait, did he decide to deceive the creator of this game? I think he will be punished for this.
You're right. He's really going to be kicked out of this game right now, and unfortunately, he didn't even break any of the platforms.
He didn't even bring you any benefit. Well, I hope the next one won't be you or George.
Look how skillfully she jumps forward. Wait, is it just me? Or does she know something more than we do?
I know for sure that for today, we have to finish with the review of this video. I hope that you liked this video.
If you really liked this video, then write something in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon, friends.